Hello, welcome to our classes. I am Dr. K. Mishra. This video tutorial is on multiple choice questions on goods and services tax. This is part 9. Now come to the question. Question number 1. GSTR 3 is auto-populated by 20th of the next month containing the details of options are A. Outward supplies, B. Inward supplies, C. All outward as well as inward supplies, D. None of these. Here correct option is C. All outward as well as inward supplies. 2. GSTR 4A is generated quarterly for A. GST dealers, B. Customers, C. Composition scheme taxpayers, D. E-commerce operators. The correct option is C. Composition scheme taxpayers. 3. Returns to be filed by non-resident taxpayer is A. GSTR 3, B. GSTR 4, C. GSTR 4A, D. GSTR 5. The correct option is D. GSTR 5. 4. GSTR 6A is meant for A. GST dealers, B. Composition scheme taxpayers, C. E-commerce operators, D. Input service distributor. The correct option is D. Input service distributor. 5. GSTR 7 contains details of A. TDS, B. TCS, C. Composition tax, D. Outward supply. Here correct option is A. TDS. 6. GSTR 8 shall contain the details of all the supplies made by the A. Input service distributors, B. E-commerce sellers, C. GST dealers, D. Composition dealers. The correct option is B. E-commerce seller. 7. GSTR 9 is also called A. Annual return, B. Monthly return, C. Quarterly return, D. Half yearly return. The correct option is A. Annual return. 8. GSTR 9A is the annual return for A. Input service distributors, B. E-commerce seller, C. GST dealers, D. Composition taxpayers. Here correct option is D. Composition taxpayers. 9. GST dealers whose annual turnover exceeds rupees 1 crore should file a reconciliation statement in dash within 31st December of the next fiscal year. A. GSTR 5, B. GSTR 6, C. GSTR 9A, D. Form GSTR 9B. The correct option is D. Form GSTR 9B. 10. Form GSTR 9B is also called A. Annual return, B. Monthly return, C. Quarterly return, D. Reconciliation statement. Here correct option is D. Reconciliation statement. 11. Final return in form GSTR 10 is relevant in the case of A. Input service distributors, B. E-commerce seller, C. GST dealers, D. Cancellation of registration. Here correct option is D. Cancellation of registration. 12. Final return in form of GSTR 10 should be submitted A. Within 1 year of registration, B. Within 3 months of such cancellation of registration, C. Within 3 months of outward supply, D. Within 1 month of renewal of registration. The correct option is B. Within 3 months of such cancellation of registration. 13. Government body or a United Nations body, then a monthly form GSTR 11 has to file A. GSTR 11, B. GSTR 8A, C. GSTR 9A, D. GSTR 5. Here correct option is A. GSTR 11. 14. A registered person under GST can file quarterly return if the turnover is A. 2 lakh or less, B. 75 lakh or less, C. 1 crore or less, D. 1.5 crore or less. Here correct option is D. 1.5 crore or less. 15. Adding or correcting the details of an outward supply in valid return so as to match the details of corresponding inward supply is called A. Rectification of return, B. Reversal of return, C. Reconciliation of return, D. Acceptance of return. Here correct option is A. Rectification of return. 16. Assessment under section 59 is A. Best judgment assessment, B. Provisional assessment, C. Self assessment, D. Protective assessment. Correct option is C. Self assessment. 17. Voluntary estimation of tax obligations is called A. Best judgment assessment, B. Provisional assessment, C. Self assessment, D. Protective assessment. Correct option is C. Self assessment. 18. The proper officer shall pass an order allowing payment of tax at such rate or on such value as may be specified by him. This is called A. Best judgment assessment, B. Provisional assessment. C. Self-assessment. D. Protective assessment. Correct option is B. Provisional assessment. 19. The proper officer may assess the tax liability on the basis of available information, evidences, which is called A. Best judgment assessment. B. Provisional assessment. C. Self-assessment. D. Protective assessment. The correct option is A. Best judgment assessment. 20. Assessment under section 62 is called A. Self-assessment. B. Provisional assessment. C. Best judgment assessment. D. Protective assessment. Correct option is C. Best judgment assessment. 21. Best judgment assessment is carried out A. Under section 59. B. Under section 60. C. Under section 62. D. Under section 64. Correct option is C. Under section 62. 22. Summary assessment order section 64 is also called A. Self-assessment. B. Provisional assessment. C. Best judgment assessment. D. Protective assessment. Correct option is D. Protective assessment. 23. Protective assessment under section 64 is also called A. Summary assessment. B. Self-assessment. C. Provisional assessment. D. Best judgment assessment. The correct option is A. Summary assessment. 24. Electronic way bill is compulsory to move goods of worth A. Rupees 10,000 or more. B. Rupees 20,000 or more. C. Rupees 50,000 or more. D. Rupees 1 crore. The correct option is C. Rupees 50,000 or more. 25. Which among the following is not related to e-way bill? A. RFID. B. IRN. C. Form GST. INS01. D. GSTR9. The correct option is D. GSTR9. 26. Validity of e-way bill is A. 1 day for each 100 kilometers. B. 2 days for each 100 kilometers. C. 1 day for each 200 kilometers. D. 1 day for each 500 kilometers. The correct option is A. 1 day for each 100 kilometers. 27. Where a vehicle has been intercepted and detained for a period exceeding 30 minutes, the transporter may upload the said information on the common portal in A. Form GST INS04, B. Form GST INS010, C. Form GST INS09, D. Form GST INS06. Your correct option is A. Form GST INS04. 28. Input tax credit is not available in the case of supplier to A. SEG, B. Exports, C. UN agencies, D. Composite dealers. Correct option is D. Composite dealers. 29. Input credit available without being liable for output tax in the case of A. Exempt goods, B. Non-taxable goods, C. Zero-rated goods, D. Demerit goods. Correct option is C. Zero-rated goods. 30. Compensation cess is levied on A. Demerit goods, B. Luxury goods, C. Demerit goods and luxury goods, D. Essential goods. Correct option is C. Demerit goods and luxury goods. This was all about this video tutorial. I hope that you have liked it, and if you have liked it, please do not forget to subscribe my channel, our classes, and press the bell button and pass it on to others, those who are needy now and in the future. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Best of luck.